Today's mission is the Z, actually. So we have parts of a Z here, all the front end parts, because the stock engine is finally coming out. We're doing an LS swap in this guy. So, I mean, it ran and drove. The only thing is, like, it starts when it wants to, and then it stalls out randomly. So the only code it's got is a crank sensor code. I've swapped out the crank sensor. It's still doing it, and at this point I'm just done with the car. I don't care anymore. So somebody's on their way now to come pick up the engine for the Z, and we're gonna be swapping an LS in there. So we're gonna be retaining the factory transmission. We're gonna try to keep the shift point and everything else the same. So we're gonna be fabbing up our own mounts and all that. All the AC sadly is gonna be going, so no more AC. Sucks, but is what it is. And yeah, stay tuned, guys. Plenty more to go. Terrible with YouTube, but here we are, working on our LS swap. Suburban Z. Got one exhaust manifold because I took it off this side to make it easier to get to the mount. And now we have it. Ooh, if I can, yeah. See it wiggling there. So I got that mount off. Gotta get that mount off. Undo the bell housing bolts. Harness is already off, obviously. The engine will come out. We could slap it in the Z, mock everything up. Look at that. She loose, guys. Just gotta get this mount off now, and then we yank it. So there we go. I'm still making some progress. Got the cross member out. And while I was doing that, I realized that this other, see if you can see it, you can kind of see the bracket is physically rusted off and broken from the frame. Like, right there, it's broken. It's actually like off the frame. You can see on the other side it's supposed to be attached. So the only thing holding this side up really is the torsion bar resting where the cross member mounts. It's kind of funny. Sketchy, but funny. Alright, so cross member's completely out. We have both of the mounts unbolted. We have the wiring harness off. Everything should be good to go. I think I'm gonna try to pull the engine, transfer case, all that out together. I'm hoping the drive shaft just kind of slips out and I can like finagle it through. I do have to dodge the front differential, as well as the front subframe and a couple other things down there, but hopefully I'll be able to just kind of like finagle it and not have to unbolt the trans. If I do have to unbolt the trans, it should be no big deal because everything is off back there, so I should at least have access to all the bell housing bolts. But yeah, we're gonna lower down the legs on our crane, position it, try to figure out a way to put our strap around there because I don't have the little valley cover puller thing. So we're gonna try to figure out a way to do this without breaking anything. So yeah, stay tuned. There's the Z. Oh, we got the engine up. It's off all the mounts. Wiggle it around in there. Our transmission is still, I can't see, there we go. Our transmission is still attached. So we're gonna try to finagle it through. See what happens. Keep going up with it a little bit. Oh yeah, it's coming. we're definitely off. All right, I gotta put the phone down. I need both hands for this, but we are off. Can't really see that side, but here, you really see it here. Look at that separation. Engine is out. We're out. We're wiggling. So, update on the whole Suburban engine yank for the Z swap. Got everything unbolted, harness is off. We tried to pull the engine and trans out together, but it's just not gonna happen. We keep hitting the body up there. So what I have to do is I have to go through, take these bell housing bolts off. There's 2 right there, 2 on the bottom, 2 on the other side, and 2 on top. Take the bell housing bolts off, take the torque converter off. Should be easy because the starter's already off. Just gotta turn it over by hand and get to it. So yeah, take the trans off, and then we're just gonna pull the engine out by itself, and it should be significantly easier because it looks like, if you look straight up here, the engine clears the firewall in the trans tunnel just barely. So once we get the trans off, it should be pretty easy. So we're gonna go ahead and get plucking away on that. Once the trans is off, we'll pull the engine out and rest her inside the Z and see how she looks. All right, I'm terrible with recording. So we're back with the Suburban LS53, LM7, whatever. We got all of the transmission bell housing bolts out. We got the harness off, intake manifold off, sitting on the Z right here next to the one exhaust manifold. We just disconnected the torque converter. Of course, I didn't record any of it because I didn't think to until now. So the transmission is disconnected. Only thing holding it up is my jack that you just see the handle sticking out over right here, because I already took the cross member out, thinking that I could just take the entire swap out at once. Didn't work. We were hitting the body. So now transmission, everything disconnected there. Engine has already been unbolted from the mounts. I threw the belt back on, hoping it would have enough friction on the pulley here that I could take the fan off just to get some more clearance. But unfortunately, that was not the case. So, oh well, I tried. We're now going to hook our seatbelt back up to our hoist here and try to yank this thing out one more time. And hopefully it should just come right out. So let's see what happens.